Eventually. Monday Night Raw just went off the air, and we are here for the very first edition of Raw Afterburn after these messages. Wait a minute. Hey, everybody, it's a Raw Afterburn. It's your boy Virgil here with Frtios and Coach. Appreciate you guys for joining me after Raw. It feels weird, first and foremost, to be here on a Monday night potty, but I would not want to be here with anybody else other than my guys talking about wrestling. And obviously, all of you that are viewing this as well. So we appreciate you for checking us out. This is going to be a quick hit, talking about Raw. And like I said, and if this works, then we might do some after AEW and after SmackDown as well, and maybe even NXT. And it may be different people on different nights from the show because there are 6 of us. So we'll see. We'll never probably be the same crew every time. But we got to get to Monday Night Raw. Check this out, guys. We start off the show with Rhea Ripley coming out. Coach, what did you think about Rhea Ripley in this moment, coming out, calling out Liv Morgan, calling out, which I just have to say first and foremost, guys, Raquel Rodriguez looks like a doof. She just looks like a doof. I don't like it at all. But anyways, Rhea Ripley calls out Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. She's ready to fight. And then boom, Tiffy comes out and she is out there to send a message from Nia Jax to Liv Morgan and to them to let them know, like, hey, at Crown Jewel, it's going down and Nia Jax will win the Crown Jewel Women's Championship. However, I mean, like I said, this whole first segment just went to the shits. And then obviously they break down into fights and it sets up a tag team match for later on that will be our main event of the night. Coachman, what did you think about this?
I don't know. It just kind of felt rushed, but also didn't really make sense either. Like, I know Rhea came on SmackDown, but went after Liv Morgan. I don't think she really did anything to Nia unless I missed something. So why would Tiffany come out to confront Rhea when it should have been her confronting Liv? That's where I was confused. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anytime Tiffany Stratton's on the screen, it's like, it's going to be good TV. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is a nice change. But it just didn't feel right. And I agree with you. Raquel her character right now just feels like one of those henchmen stooges, like from the old movies. And it just doesn't, unless that's what it's supposed to be. If it's supposed to be like that, then she's doing a great job. But I feel like it's not supposed to be like that. I don't know.
I really don't know either. They're going to have to figure something out with her character. She reminds me of Duffman from The Simpsons, when she came out for her entrance at the end of the night, and she had those glasses on. She's like Duffman from The Simpsons. Duffman can't breathe. Oh no. Oh no. Moving right along though, Frtios. After that, we have the Raw general manager backstage. He sets up the match for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley. That is your main event for the night. But the next match is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. It is Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Damage Control. This match, I think we can all say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Baseball break.
Yeah.
Oh, new one.
Oh, baseball break. I like that.
I changed it to the ALCS.
Fair enough. That's cool. Frtios, you were there live in person for this match. Also, you were there to watch this match tonight. What did you think of this one?
I thought it was a good match. I mean, they performed really well. I thought it's different being there in live, seeing Damage Control, because they made it look good. They're extremely good athletes. But, I mean, I was at a JV football game today, so I didn't see the buildup or all that stuff. But from what I remember being there, I thought the match was fairly good. I mean, it was going to be my piss break, but I was holding it all in because I was so excited for another taping of Raw. So,
yeah, I mean the match itself. They again, these are 4 great prime athletes. They look great. I was sitting there watching this with my brother, and I whispered over to him, and I was like, John. I was like, before Jade Cargill came, Bianca Belair was the most swole built girl in WWE, and now Jade almost makes her look normal. That's what's crazy. So I mean, but as far as the match goes, I think the show itself, the matches themselves, I don't know if you felt this live and in person, but this match felt sped up to me too. Like I said, I mean, it just felt like they were just rushing everything, trying to hurry up and basically pack in another extra hour of wrestling with, you know, within, like I said, within the time constraints. And then once you watch the show, there's a little bunch of video packages, a bunch of filler moments and everything like that, bunch of pre-tapes because this was a pre-tape show. But I mean, for itself, for a match, I mean, it wasn't great. Obviously, the winners by pinfall, and still your WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Is this the right move for right now?
I believe so. I mean, the women's tag team I've mentioned before, I feel like it's a little bit lackluster. They're going to be the ones drawing in the crowd, so you might as well just keep the titles onto them till you have a formal tag team that comes up, or that you're able to promote within the roster. Till you do the eventual Bianca versus Jade match at whenever they're going to do it.
Yep. Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson's faces were also viewed. Coach, man, those were a welcome sight. They are trying to build these young women up from NXT and make them look like real contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. They could be your next WWE Women's Tag Team Champions if they get another shot at it. How did this make you feel?
Yeah, I like it because in NXT there hasn't been much of a storyline for them, so it's nice to see them get kind of the main roster rub right now. And I see this kind of going towards a triple threat tag team match for the championship between those two, Damage Control and Jade and Bianca, because with their interference tonight, it cost Damage Control their opportunity, I guess, or however you want to look at it. So I definitely see this going to be a triple threat tag match in the future. And I think it's going to be really, really good when they pull this off.
I would agree with that 1,010%. All right, so moving right along. After that, guys, we go to General Manager Adam Pearce in the back. He's Finn Balor, the Prince, wants to know when he'll get his rematch against Damian Priest. And Adam Pearce is having none of it, doesn't really care about it at all. Says that Damian's moving on and he needs to move on too. He'll figure something else out. And then he also tells them they need to be worried about defending those World Tag Team Championships because there is a tournament that is starting to proclaim the new the new World Tag Team Championship #1 contenders. And that will lead us into exactly what I want to talk about, which is one of the highlights of the night with the returning team. But from this, Liv Morgan, Dirty Dom walk up and they're like, "What'd he say about your match with Dame?" And they was like, "Yeah, it's not gonna happen." And they just walks off. And then she's like, "Oh, well, we better focus on defending our titles at least." Then from there, like I said, you got a lot of filler. Another video package with American Made. I really like this one. You could just see Kurt Angle being in this team. Like I said, you could just see like it's just perfectly fit for them to walk in and need that extra push, and he be the one to give it to him. So I really hope that Triple H is trying to work some deal out where Kurt Angle does become their manager. After that video package, we got Braun Baker explaining why he did what he did and why he turned on Jey Uso and how Jey Uso didn't give him any respect or anything like that. That was one of the outlying storylines throughout the night. Then after that, General Manager Adam Pearce meets with Big Bronson Reed on a Saturday, and he's in some type of leather jacket and basically trying to set up a match for him versus Seth Rollins here in the future. And he tells Pearce, Big Bronson Reed tells Pearce, "Hey, don't make me wait long." So we are trying to see if he can prove that he is a worthy #1 contender, a main eventer for the World Heavyweight Championship. We move on from there into Alpha Academy. They head to the ring next for the first match in the first round of the World Tag Team Championship tournament. And it's Alpha Academy versus War Raiders, a returning Eric and Ivar. They are the Viking Raiders. No more of coming out looking like weirdos from the 12th century. They have shed all of their Viking rage, and they are now back to being the War Raiders. They came out in leather and they looked good and they wrestled even better. And this was a Goldberg match, as I like to call it. A wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It was real quick, high octane, high impact. What did you think of this match, Frtios?
Being there, I thought it was great. I was going crazy, chanting war, 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 war when they came out after the match. The only thing I have a problem is what are they doing with Alpha Academy? I feel like right now they're in purgatory because they still have unfinished business with American Made, which I know they're trying to, promote them more. So I'm just waiting for see what they do. But for me, as of right now, the top two contenders for the whole tag team tournament is American Made and War Raiders at this moment.
What would you say, Coachman, to that? Would you like a War Raiders versus the versus Alpha? Versus American Made, or my pick is Final Testament versus the War Raiders, because War Raiders
that would be a good one.
War Raiders are definitely baby faces, I believe. I think they might not be. They might just be ass kickers. They might just be tweeners. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I kind of like the more War Raiders versus American Made, but then again, I wasn't even thinking about Final Testament, but that's also an intriguing matchup. I do think War Raiders should at least make the finals, and then I don't know who they face from there. Then that's kind of where, well, if it's them and American Made, it could be a toss-up. I mean, Triple H could literally just flip a coin back there and say, okay, heads it's War Raiders, tails American Made. Whoever gets it, you guys are going to win. And and I don't think anybody would be hurt by it. It'd be like, okay, cool, play. Well, because both of them have a decent amount of momentum going now. And as long as both of them are in the finals, I don't think it hurts any of their momentum that they lose. And you could even make it to where they're the first challenger of the new tag team titles when Judgment Day gets dethroned. You could do that and start a package like that.
That's all I care about. Take the titles off the Judgment Day. I'm sorry, I said Seth Rollins. It's late. I apologize. Finn Balor needs to be a singles wrestler again. JD can go ahead and team with Carlito and figure something else out with that. And like I said, I mean, they really do need to break up this Judgment Day altogether. I think it needs to happen here rather sooner than later. I think it's run its course and it's ran out of juice. Moving right along, though, we see Adam Pearce walk backstage. Seth freaking Rollins comes up to him. He's like, well, do I have my match? And they're talking back and forth. And Seth is explaining that he's at the top of the food chain. This is his show. Monday Night Raw is his show. And people are always going to come after him because it's his show. And he has to fight through injury. And I did not realize Seth Rollins has only wrestled 6 matches this whole year. It doesn't feel like it because he was so enthralled in that Cody Roman story. Like, you almost forgot that he actually didn't wrestle. He only wrestled 6 matches. But I love the fact that the way they're booking this, they bring that up. Like, how many matches you have in a year matters, because Jey Uso has had the most matches this year. Most matches on TV and most matches, in total, including live events and the PLE. So, I mean, that was really a big thing for me. That's a small change, but something that just makes it feel more real and give you more of a sports presentation. Obviously, Pearce did not say that he would give the match right then and there. He said he'd take it under advisement. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we know they are going to eventually have to fight. We move right along. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes comes out and he addresses Crown Jewel. He gets interrupted by Gunther. They trade some barbs back and forth. Gunther obviously gets the last word in this, and Cody just is left standing in the ring or whatnot after the handshake. What did you think of this moment, Coachman?
I liked it because, and this is kind of from a personal standpoint, when Cody talked about the last time he was in that ring was when the "We Want Cody" chant started, and it felt good because Frtios, you, me, Claude, Tank, we were there, and technically Killian was too.
Killian was there too.
Were there. Yeah, all of us were there. We were part of that movement, the start of it when we did Rocky Sucks and We Want Cody. So that was just kind of like, I'm already sold on the segment because I'm like, oh yeah, I was in that. I helped start that, or I was a part of that. So I mean, it was just good overall, and I like that Gunther was like, I respect you and everything, but he still had his heel tendencies showing and everything. And it was simple but effective.
Agreed, 1,000%. They actually don't need to do much build up for this match. This match is going to steal the show at Crown Jewel. And the crazy part is I believe Gunther will win, and it'll be because the Bloodline is going to have their hands all over this show, and definitely going to cost Cody the match and the Crown Jewel Championship, thus leading him to probably be a member of their team for Survivor Series. After that, though, we move right along into Braun Breaker versus Kofi Kingston. This match was and should be a squash match. Like I said, the big part wasn't necessarily the match. That was after the match. Once Braun Breaker flattens Kofi Kingston, hits him for the 1-2-3. Then he wants to take out more aggression on Kofi. Thus brings out Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods still kind of playing that tweeter role right now. He hasn't gone full heel yet. And then Braun is getting ready to take him out when Jey Uso's music hits. Obviously, he runs down to the ring. Actually, he kind of like Saunders, like he runs like out, like to the side, and he does like this, and then he like, okay, now I'm finna go full tilt into the ring. It's like he's hitting the corner, to
it
the
kind of
side.
reminds me of Jeff Hardy a bit, where he's got to do his little dance before entering the ring.
Yep. Just has to. So, anyways, Jey Uso comes down, super kicks Breaker. And then sets him up for the spear. And then, like I said, he rolls out of the ring. Obviously, he jumps back into the ring, and then he gets kicked again. And then Jay goes over and helps Kofi up. Woods is standing there, and like I said, that is the end of that segment. Braun Breaker was turned away on this time. So, like I said, it wasn't nothing to write home about. It was a decent match, like I said, but we'll see. I guess they're just biding their time until the New Day's 10-year anniversary, and that's when the big boom is going to drop for them. What did you think of this moment, Frtios? We were there live.
Honestly, it's my second favorite of the match. I thought Braun, seeing him live is different than TV. He's a freak. He really is a freak athlete. This is also the match where I mentioned yesterday where Samantha Irvine was giving me side eyes like, are you really barking? Just calm down. I'm sorry. I'm still sorry, Samantha. I'm sorry. I was just in the moment, all right? I was exhausted. I'm sorry for cheering on Braun and barking. I do apologize. I do support the dogs. I'm just saying.
No.
But, yeah, seeing Jay come out, I was going crazy again. It was really, for me, like one of the few matches that second taping I was really just getting really into. I really enjoyed it.
After this moment, Rhea Ripley is warming up backstage. Damian Priest walks in. They have a moment where they're talking. Damian says that he's done with the Judgment Day. Rhea reminds Damian that, hey, it's time for you to go get back what's yours, and that's the World Heavyweight Championship. He does want to once again be El Campeon. I don't think it's going to happen this year. It might not even happen next year. There's way too many contenders. He might have to drop back down to that IC Championship role for a minute until it's time to elevate him again. Maybe when the Royal Rumble in 2025 or maybe when the Royal Rumble in 2026, if he has a good 2025, but he just needs a good feud to keep him going. And he has a lot of unfinished business with Finn Balor. Moving right along from there, R-Truth makes his entrance into the arena. It was good to hear the original What's Up without Miz ruining it. Like I said, and then obviously the match is getting ready to start. But before the match is getting ready to start, there is a backstage segment where Jey Uso is seen after commercial break walk into his locker room. And he opens up the door, and who is there? Boom. The man, Jimmy Uso, the twin brother, big bro Jim, is there and said, can we talk for a minute? And literally he looks at him, turns his back, and walks right out. Then we go back to the ring. The bell rings. R-Truth gets the crowd going with a what's up, tries to give Miz a handshake. Miz don't want to shake his hand. But he eventually does shake hands with them. And then as they're circling the ring, out comes the Final Testament. Like I said, but in the moment that the Final Testament is walking out, the screen flashes and boom, who do we see? The Y6 logo. So either they're targeting the Miz, or they're targeting the Final Testament, or they're targeting both, which I wouldn't be mad with both. Like I said, because I do think that the Miz is going to end up joining the Final Testament. I can foresee that happening here real soon, actually. What did you guys think at this moment?
I didn't know about the Flash till tonight, so it's kind of cool seeing that. I know they teased it that last week, but yeah, it was a quick, short match, and I'm excited to see what happens with the Wyatt Six involvement. And I am going to say one thing: at the end of the match, when Miz was walking off the ramp, going backstage, the whole crowd chanted "Tiny Balls." I'm a little bit upset they didn't include the "Tiny Balls" chant towards the Miz. All right, that's grade A work. Just saying.
It is. St. Louis never disappoints. What did you think of this moment, Coachman?
Yeah, it was. Sorry. Big Daddy sees backstage. The message he just sent in our group chat.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man? Look, I'm sorry, man. Look, I'm sorry. Okay, look. I'm shooting off my phone. Delete whatever message you sent before I get on my phone, so I can't see it. Just delete it now. Take it off.
No, keep it. It's gold. It's gold.
I didn't do it on purpose, man. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
All I said was black man backstage, man.
Oh man. So yeah, no, Jimmy Uso. After the oh, wait a minute. No, wait, Coachman, it was your turn. What did you think of this moment?
I mean, I thought it was kind of a nice change of pace with R-Truth getting the win, because I'm thinking, Miz is it's gonna be a squash match and Miz is gonna win. But the fact that R-Truth won with a roll up, I thought that was great. I think that was a good way. And then of course the beatdown afterwards to solidify the heel movement and everything. It was just good. It was simple and effective, like I said earlier about the Cody and Gunther segment. Simple but effective, and it was nice to see R-Truth get a win.
Agreed, 1,000%. And like I said, I like Miz turning heel and maybe even joining it up with Final Testament. I think they can breathe some new life into his character and put a fresh coat of paint on the Miz dealing with the Final Testament, which they will eventually turn on him, which will then eventually turn him back face again. But that won't be for a while, hopefully.
Time out. I want to see if he does join, I want to see him full emo, black fingernails, eyeliner, trying to look like the Crow. I think that'd be hysterical.
Grow his beard out even more. It'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Then we had a backstage segment. Jimmy Uso is there looking around for his brother. He finds Jay. Jay does not want to hear from him at all. Jay sneers at him and says, "Get out my face, man." Jay walks off. Jimmy is not happy. Then we go back to the arena for our main event, which is the tag team match: Rhea Ripley and Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton, and the Women's World Champion versus the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I don't know about you guys, but this match legit started at 8:50 Central Time, and I'm sitting here like, man, I'm thinking, because I mean, Frito said there were some special moments and some things he wasn't going to tell us about. So I'm thinking like, oh snap, the Fritos dropped the dime. Is Tiffany Stratton finna cash in her Money in the Bank like I've been saying she should on the Women's World Champion? Obviously, like I said, the match starts. We come back commercial break. Like I said, the rest of the entrances happen. The match starts. It was an okay match. I mean, it wasn't really great. It has the star power because Tiffany Stratton is amazing in the ring. I really don't like the way Liv Morgan wrestles, and Raquel Rodriguez is just a big doof to me. I honestly don't really like her that much. And they really be trying to talk about her booty like it's like amazing. Like she even like flexes like her back muscles and her booty like it's something to be proud of, and it's really flat. But it's just me.
Hey, Brian.
Tell that to Carlito.
Hey, Braun Strowman used to be tapping that though.
Anyways,
tell that to Carlito. He dropped his apple.
Oh,
he
yeah,
did.
True that.
He did.
He did drop the apple. Anyways, like I said, towards the end of the match, when it looked like Nia Jax, when it looked like Tiffany and Rhea were getting ready to get the win, obviously Nia Jax comes down and she just terrorizes everybody, tortures everybody, and of course squashes everybody. That is what the WWE Women's Champion does. Obviously the winners by disqualification, Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. Then Jax sends Rodriguez into the ring post and gets into the ring to check on Stratton. As she does, Ripley gets in the ring. She headbutts Nia Jax. Ripley lifts Jax. but Morgan chop blocks her with the knee. Morgan attacks Ripley, clubs the way at her. Jax grabs Morgan, headbutts her before giving her a Samoan drop. And then Jax hits the ropes, hits a leg drop, and then Jax pulls Morgan to the corner and climbs to the top rope for the Annihilator, which is nothing but the bonsai drop. And then literally she tells Stratton, hey, go cash in that money in the bank. At this very moment, as they're panning over and Tiffany gets out the ring, I see Frito.
To be fair, the fiance was going way crazier. And I'm a little upset.
The fiance was jumping up and down.
She was going crazy, just screaming, leaning over the barricade, get it. And I'm upset they didn't get her moment, just leaning over and telling her to get the briefcase.
Obviously, Dirty Dom Mysterio runs down to the ring, pulls her out, pulls Liv Morgan out of the ring, and Morgan and Rodriguez retreat up the aisleway to the crowd booing as the sign for the end of the show goes off. And that was Monday Night Raw. What did you guys think of the final closing moments of Monday Night Raw? What do you think this leads us in our final segment?
It's interesting because at this point, I don't know who Tiffy's going to cash in. There's going to be so much interference in this match in Saudi Arabia. It could be anyone. It's just going to be one of those interesting, see how they do it. But when I was there, I thought the match was great. Like I said, me and the fiance were really into it, especially at the very end with the cash-in potential. But yeah, for me, that was my match of the night.
What'd you think, Coachman?
Yeah, I'm very curious how they're going to do Tiffany's cash in. I think I made my prediction a couple weeks ago that she will cash in at Crown Jewel and pin Liv, but they're going to say something like, oh, but you're a SmackDown champion, so technically you would win the SmackDown championship since both titles would be up for grabs in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Since it would be a triple threat match, or heck, they pull a curveball on us and say she's a double champ.
Oh, I would not be mad about Tiffany Stratton, but she could be my champion any day. Matter of fact, for Crown Jewel, just so we're all clear, I'm wearing my Tiffany Stratton shirt. I might go get the new Tiffany Stratton shirt for before Crown Jewel happens. Actually, if I'm going to do that, I got to put my order in now. This WWE shop takes freaking forever to get you your shirts back, but that's neither here nor there.
Would that technically make her a triple champion since they're
Crown Jewel champ?
Yeah.
Oh,
and WWE and World. Oh my gosh, I love it. Big Daddy C, final word on this. What are your thoughts?
I forgot about I had just woken up before I saw that y'all was on, and I forgot that Raw went back to 2 hours. So I was just like, damn. All right, let me check and see what's going on. And I knew that they had pre-taped it based on Frtios telling us last week, and so I was like, let me at least try to find out what the hell happened. But yeah, in regards to that, I would say, I mean, I ain't really got too many thoughts. I know in terms of like, this is like the go home show, right? For it?
No.
We got like another week or so.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks, I think, until
okay.
Crown Jewel. Yeah,
because they're going to be in London this Wednesday. That's why they taped it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
They're actually in London tonight. They're in Cardiff tonight.
They're in Cardiff. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think in terms of what Tiffy's going to do, I honestly think I want her to cash in on Nia because I don't want to see Nia as champion anymore. You know how I felt about that from the start. I was like, just get it out the way, let her beat Bayley so Tiffy can cash in. So, like, we at that point now. Nia had a nice little run, but she's not a good sell as a dominant world champion, in my opinion. So I'm like, just go ahead and get the title off of her and go from there. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I like how they're finding ways to like have involvement between both brands outside of like Survivor Series related stuff. And I'm curious to see how they go back to that during Survivor Series. But yeah, I'm excited that they at least had the women close out the show. We've been seeing that a lot more often recently, so it's pretty cool. So that's my thoughts on it.
All right, and this has been the very first edition of Quick Hits After Raw with the We Book It Boys. So we want you guys to keep tuning in. We're gonna try to do maybe one. I don't know, guys. We're gonna try tomorrow, maybe after
NXT.
after NXT goes off the air. I don't know if you guys want to try it or not. I mean, we may do more of these, we may not. We'll see. But we want you to stay tuned because we'll definitely still always keep that Sunday night show going. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that smash button. We appreciate you. Peace.